at least my academic life, my two different type of research. But I could so I understand research a little bit. Now most learners are savvy. You say be a trouble na ba politicians no. You can't almost on Australia basa and I'm a boy. So emotional research you could mo. Oh papa we. Ya jini dia kokwa o ya de papa anko yi a o akokwa ene nansa o kan say o nya de akokwa no dia tum sa no ma ye but I de bia me ka say yen hye research na ma kire o research nyan ma manfo bia keka abem ene ne nti a we politician ana we obi a wudi party bia chi na we leader ka jo so we bogu a so ka say leader we de Eugene na kire me say so me bin say bogu enye ye ma kire o na wiki Anna Professor Smasap, what damn screen, you see.
Yeah.
Any attending any analysis there. And when you free by 3 days in India. And we didn't almost we're born in Trisubun, almost we're encouraging.
Okay.
I have a principle that I've always stood by. That as a student of history, me sabe biaba, me shwe sabe nim. The biama no beche. Ma catch say, we a party a, ne beboa wono fa. Because it's better to act on it than because I wish I had to then watch him.
Yeah.
Now, why yes, Savi? Savi no officer say Dr. Baumia is the most preferred presidential candidate for election 2024.
Yeah.
The person trying to say, oh, show me a domo kwa battle so for more you muti. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, President John Dramani Mahama, Alan Kwadwo Martin Cheddar. No, ya preferred. Near amount for tab, amount for bet near to Abamano. I will be winning. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Yeah.
Now, the research question, see na net here. He inquired from respondents which political party were likely to support. They were likely to support in the election 2024. And to much say akokwe party bang and I will be supported. We are candidate bang and I be to Abaman because let's not forget this mimics the political nomenclature friend is getting blast and new. For example, 2020 in Central Region, Akufo-Addo won presidential in Central Region, but the MPP lost parliamentary rights in the Central Region. And they say Obido party. Now want to my president. Now want to my MP no. Enyawawa. And as I saw dog party. Or to my MP no want to my president. Enye new. Obusa ya no so on any point no mudi in common. I about 59, almost 60,000.
Okay.
Obusa ya no 23,000. I represented 23,080 people. I represented 38.8% as an NDC. And to share the most preferred party. Per Professor Smasap on research or year no. The NDC. 20,564 as a MPP, which is 34.5%. Now so sure, more people prefer the NDC as a political party going into election 2024 than the MPP.
Yeah.
Oba candidate in so which candidate were which candidate are you likely to support in election 2024? 23,432, representing 38.9%, indicated that they will choose Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Okay.
One. Ebio NDC Diano Eba second. John Dramani Mahama 21,237,000, which is 36.1%. Next also the percentage at which people favor the NDC, which is 38.8%. It's almost the same.
Okay.
As those who support Baumia when it comes to 38.9%, the difference about 0.1 percentage point.
Okay.
And
so party to candidate, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Almost the same percentage. So amount for the NDC party, no. Ahead of John Dramani Mahama. Now I know I make us a one man. I'm saying Eugene, is this the first time?
Yeah.
People say yes, and I'm a so. This is not the first time I see.
Okay.
Also, I'm for deep of some matter. No one can report.
Yeah.
The first time I see. Open Ghana, one of our foremost service, predictive election is the Economic Intelligence Unit. So the EIU report. 2022. Year report we will release in April 2023. Can be the brief outlook no. Release in April 13, 2023. The time I report say. About a political and economic outlook. It's economic they can GDP, debt restructuring along the political account. Okay, we will say the ruling MPP will retain power until the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections, which EIU expects we are making sure the credibility of this EIU. Nancy a report be says so funny serious. Not beyond the political football. No shan krata because Sanko for no more certain history to bang no better. Or say which the EIU expect the NDC, the main opposition party, to win. Nancy also may win no me basu later.
Okay.
Now young kwase omu election watch nankasa no breaking it down. Omu can bibi. Or say the next parliamentary and presidential elections are due in 2024. Under constitutionally mandated term limits, the incumbent president, Nana Akufo-Addo, cannot run for a third term, and he has pledged to comply. In early January, the Trade and Industry Minister, Alan Chemate, resigned and announced his bid to become the MPP presidential candidate. We expect the contest to secure the presidential candidate, both the MPP and NDC, to be highly competitive, with several high-ranking profiles expected to contest. A former president, John Mahama, launched his campaign to secure the NDC presidential candidate in March. However, the NDC could also choose to revitalize its prospects with a fresh candidate, such as Kwamina Dufo, a finance minister who has declared his intention to secure the party's candidacy. Prof. Sapon is not the first researcher
to say the
candidate John Dramani Mahama is not as popular as the party.
Definitely. It's being said here.
By the EIU. It's a one of commentaries. Then I research then a prosperous appliance. Research today and Oka Sobetome and this one to my John Mahama. It's not the first time. The EIU in its outlook report on the 13th of April 2023 says something similar.
That if they could change the candidate, revitalize it with a different candidate.
So from Sapon, the first fact is that he's not the first person to have said this. He's not. Though the EIU is predicting the NDC will win, they are saying that they could choose to revitalize its candidature. So he's not the first. Now, Postman Sapon ya na research ni wie no. Me makasa research no obia. Ye fe bi nuance. Nenkrabata no. Otutu a niam bi wo ma e ka bi kire wo. Esiasem bi so. E no bon komo bi. Komo bi e bi a wonim dada. Research no boss ankomo no. Yen ka de. Osha research no say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia only as a candidate. As a candidate. But the MPP party no area compared to NDC no. We need in 8 regions. What are these 8 regions? A half a region. The MPP won in 2020 in a half a region. Now, me ma fact be in the 2020 election, the NDC won in 9 regions. The MPP won in 7 regions. So me ma 9 regions now. Osha the NDC omu winning in Western North. Right? Omu winning in Western North region. Omu flipping Greater Accra region. Right? Omu winning Oti. Omu winning Volta region. Omu winning Savannah region. Omu winning Upper West, Upper East. And omu winning the northern region of our country. Omu winning Northeast. So these are the 9 regions the NDC won. Northeast, Greater Accra, Northern, Oti, Savannah, Upper West and East, Volta, Western North. So the MPP won what? 7 regions. What are these 7 regions? Bono, Ahafo, Northeast, Meboa, Western, right? Ashanti, Eastern, and we need the Central region. Now, Osha regions are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Winia. They are the same regions except of Western North region.
Definitely.
So nothing materially has changed. The only thing happening is that John Mahama is losing in the Western North region, which he won presidential in the last election.
So probably they need to work on that.
So it tells you that the candidature seemingly Sapon reports and a from on popular as the NDC party. No, you can attribute to ABA Western of now will lose account because in analyzing research, you have what we call probable factors. Again, the vice presidential candidate, Professor Nana Jane, Opokwajima or UPS, I said in Katia audio, Minya, Ewa, Kabosa tape now, Obi and this Benko me to me. The most seminal speech I'm kind in 2024. Me kind yema one of them. Top 5. Me they say in Katia speech. What kind yema miensa. The NDCs were sheer complacency. And yes, we win. 2 infighting. no munya juma no munya position a omo pre okay is speech no
yeah
obo kire wo now o share prof sapon Rapson or dey be ya do the MPP is leading o kan dey be factors bi a consider sa choices na nkofo ye no akokwa hwe me ha wa hamzik akro say competence
yeah.
track record party affiliation ebio unemployment ka ho improvements in the economy critical issues bit say akwan insuo illegal mining LGBT power crisis corruption poor sanitation sa critical issues nyina no
yeah
enkrofo eno no mo dwen ho de to sa aba no
okay
na akokwa wo de we na mo mame
okay
akokwa what I'm saying here is that kind of EIU report no
okay
now kind of Professor Pondiabe to see ya it tells you that they have to do some work on John Dramani Mahama because after 7 years if anybody steals and when ultimately Ashanti region go to know this is across the 275 constituencies
okay
if people still blame him for certain things no one to about man or they favor about me more ahead of him when you're an NDC data analyst or a leader it tells you there's something wrong somewhere that you need to fix now when the EIU report in the buy right they said something on social graphic report from say the economic intelligence unit has predicted that the opposition NDC will win the 2024 general election but the party needs to revitalize the leadership to increase its prospect and this baby but somebody will be a Mahama the bar
obit me according more. Okay.
What are the reasons you almost say NDC be winning now?
Okay, I've been careful for say live on Facebook. Near ye can nyina no ye dey to Facebook you projecting the camera and you bet me abehwe Facebook statistics na or display or holding nyina. Eugene trust my.
Yes, it will bet me say it is not the first time what I wanted to debunk it's not the first time a researcher be say the NDC will win the election but they should check the candidate.
So enye professor your friend say Saponeka. But
now,
it's something that is there.
Yes, EIU is okay. But when you ask my personal opinion in the NDC today, and I said this that Obi Amaka publicly, say me name some more you na. Time I no mo commission obi and mama be contest but 2 nisikagu.
Okay, yeah, make that statement.
Or 2 nisikagu.
Yeah.
The most marketed, the most visible, the most resourced candidate NDC bet media but now
it's John Dramani.
Was John Dramani Mahama. Yeah. What they have to do is that they have to work on the man. Sure, research no. What about pick research now because when you look at Bibiano, say now we are pedestrian politics. Only a research and a professor on the between the 1st and 30th of April.
Yeah.
John Dramani Mahama campaign. Sometimes can also need jurisdiction. Now the campaign is slow kakra.
Okay.
But that was when Bamia no starting original tours. Now what to national service allowances and nurses.
Yeah.
What I say? No missing House of Chiefs. So it clearly tells you that people were what? Listening to the vice president and probably the message and now watching at that time. People were connecting to that message.
Okay.
What I say?
Yeah.
So it is not entirely blameless to make it seem as if saying another vice president say no it doesn't make sense so the timing of the research is also what very important time when we are research and very 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 crucial to the feedback and I hear na urban what I say so people should not totally jettison the study they should look at the timing of the study sa epu no mo yes agino na ma me di no na wo more talkability no chinchim steer na wo sa all these things don't come market all these things play to the minds of the people.
It's true.
So the NDC needs to check the strategy again and how they are promoting the candidature of President John Dramani Mahama. Now yama the analysis of it when the MPP was being predicted as lose election by the EIU report, the outlook for 2020-2027. Omo can be Omo can be.
Yeah.
Omo say, me come on. Our baseline focus is that economic hardships, the fallout from the debt restructuring, and poor governance will create an anti-incumbency wave and push the electorate to seek change. The NDC therefore stands a strong chance of winning the 2024 presidential poll and securing a legislative majority. Among Kasa NDC be winning kekewo. Almost say even parliament NDC be winning more seats.
Majority.
Now then no more kasa. Or say the baseline forecast or the kasa no. Eye niema miensa. One, economic hardships. Akokwa. Professor report no or can what economy.
Yeah.
Fallout from debt restructuring.
Yeah.
So be a pension sika or kwaje akufo na kenufrata da roma ye de bema 15 years time ye de bema 20 years one investment over so gini ne ya ye betwa wuti e friend haircut ebio for the first time in our country's history a chief justice it be called demonstration ye nya former director of sec called demonstration. These were not normal times, so the debt change they affecting nipa. Third one was them poor governance. And then Obusa Dr. Mambami or Becano Cratcho, Obusa Kufo Becano Cratcho, Yema being Koye or binding inflation figures in Koye, your currency in Koye, and Ramato 14.86, and your papa in Koye. So the EIU report operated to NDC Berino. These are the three fundamental reasons.
Okay.
It's an young people in be up as all cast report.
So the economic hardship, debt restriction, and the poor governance.
That was maybe a war. Usikano, that an atimidator, Uniska. Woman Muscara Bankano. Our qua. 100 times it is or the court to 770,000. Or no, that's a report. Yes, I won't see. Because that's why I always say that don't let people's reality tell you what you have to vote for. Maybe I was a boy 14.6. Maybe I won't be.
Yeah.
What the affair? You won't fair now 5 CD, 3 CD abeka and now 50 pesos abeka.
Yeah.
Also reality is different.
Yeah, it will be different from.
What talk Caribbean? And SMA no, over 100 Ghana cedis no. What reality no different. Yeah. But obi onu so tofu o tofu elo o tom kra bia ne onu so tofu no to na bia na 3 cedis 5 cedis a liter so to 14.86 no so in reality different one so on to kra bia ne what I say on tofu but na je so eba na 3 cedis they say we 40 50% 5 cedis no also reality different. So when you pick the research, look at your reality and just approach with the baseline study no dey ma wono.
Okay,
so no mo kan tosu Agogwaka economic hardship in Ghana and Tasum.
And Ukraine no edi kan aka.
Okay,
even other people.
Other research. The debt restructuring amount for enyabama. Oka poor governance enyawa.
Yeah.
It's no what's new? Omuwie no. There's another and then comes the IU is a Ghana na mumu researchers na. The EIU is based in the UK.
Okay.
Me no ko America. Mami fan ko America. Right, it will joy report from here now. For example, Nyama moleste say landing base here. To them say Mama Ghana research. Me do call UK. Na me fan call America. Your free group will be Fitch.
Yeah.
Omo na me credit rating Ghana is kind of junk status. Fairly junk. Those rest omo ye no. Omo say economic outlook ka ho. Omo me political outlook. O sha omo report omo de buy. Recent report on the buy. Omu based on Ghana Statistical Service here. Omu based on Global Info Analytics report. Any BMI and on the year studied, meaning that they have a certain trust in Global Info Analytics research on the Musadam Panen and Crawford or the Bano. Fitch prediction. You'll see. MPP unlikely to retain power following 2024 elections.
Okay. There's in spite of Baumia being popular, no. They are predicting say he might not retain power for the MPP. So, Medwako Ghana. Okay. Mama UK. Okay. And Mama America. They are all predicting a win for the NDC. Okay. But the caveat for the two leading or the two foremost research I'm never say first. Yeah. From some point anyway, they say NDC's chance is more brighter without Mahama. Yeah. And I've said that I disagree with that research because the time NDC Koyi John Mahama, no, there was not much more a marketable candidate than John Dramani Mahama. Maybe his choice of the running mate. Yeah. For that one, I publicly said that time will delay, 9 months will delay in the year. Not the pro banner, okay. Yeah. But beyond so boy in Tema, I have certain names I felt would have done much better to the NDC ticket. Yeah.
I've said this publicly.
Definitely.
But for the John Mahama candidacy, he is a fine candidate. But as a NDC for year that's what I've said. So Fitch has also reported, and Fitch prediction is based on the BMI study and that of Global Info Analytics in October 2023. There's some consistency in the study. One, NDC is always winning in the polls as a party. Prof. Sapon, EIU, and Fitch. Now, I'm on for Adibiomu yese research ba. Nani pa no ye no. Ye dinatam. Enya papa no organization no yam packing kind sabi politician to be guma. Ni anso ya tam ni e ka bi ni say I always said that when you're a young politician or want to be a young man, the because of me jai enya din. I don't know what the buy documents no or upload on a website. To download do a kind
no washim.
Onim. Metro mo track record. So my promise the mama on the track record. Omo ya di be friend on Africa Outlook Report 2024. So omo ya African countries. Oko the Maghreb, you come Maghreb, North Africa. Over Southern Africa, over Central Africa, over East Africa, over West Africa. Omo ya Outlook Report.
Okay.
Outlook Report no mo share me come ma year no. I think omo ya no almost predict about 10 years, 15 years away in him.
Okay.
Almost share maybe about Africa economy and the political. One of the key things about Africa, we are not really favored when it comes to investment. A peace and stability. Because to show in West Africa recently, Chad, Kunsem, Burkina Faso, Kunsem, Cote d'Ivoire, Nyamin there was almost a mutiny. Okaya, Guinea, Bakono. Mali, any idea. So they look at this report just to inform investors. So do you see this is how we are predicting things to be. I'm predicting something be about South Africa. And you see South Africa to about on May 29th.
Okay.
2024. Research we don't release research. The company paid date in the amount.
Okay.
On release research way in 2023.
Okay.
Maybe Kenya DBA man no one say we are politician. No be kasama chirewa tieni na munyai ateni ni we piasem sa analysis no akokwati o say we are 2023 na South Africa beto aba in May prediction we by November 2023 me kan ade ama o say in South Africa we expect the African National Congress, the ANC, led by Cyril Ramaphosa, the country's president, to win the legislative election in 2024 by a narrow margin. One, but say ANC be win election, but a narrow margin. Or say, but there is a strong possibility the party will fall short of the 50% mark needed for a majority. Two, or say, South Africa Parliament is 400 no. ANC be win. But only 50%.
And it happened.
Maybe. Oh, wako ni. Obenibeka, you've taken the wind out of my sail.
Manum kwano.
Osha report about ANC are saying 40.18. For the first time since 1994 in 30 years, the ANC lost majority in parliament. So the prediction of the EIU was spot on.
So we can say very credible.
Was succinct. Now Tiadia Bama too was say under the circumstance the ANC will try to co-opt some smaller parties rather than the main opposition group to stay in power. Opposition group was from the DA. They are mostly white people. People believe they are from the stock of the apartheid. Or say ANC may 50% in Tino. Or better small parties. The NK party now Uzuma Dieni, only a 6 months, a smaller party. The economic freedom fighters Julius Malema Dieni, a smaller party. Are these not the parties that ANC New Mokasa? And the party in ANC
should have issues with some of them. No, the possibility there.
Now research back. Now I'm giving you a clear example where EIU, which is credible,
very credible,
has made a prediction of Adam in South Africa. That same time, when we prediction in South Africa, what the say the probability of a coalition will continue to rise as enduring socio-economic challenges erode the ANC support. What's your say on my first speech? No, but you see, no, about to say, they will need what? A coalition. Coalition, you say. ANC been going to be secure 50%. It will be your party to be at the come and son will to me I elect the president. Was my child last week he said South Africa and trouble my president. Your trouble for the party that percentage will be determine the seat to be now the National Assembly which is the parliament. Now based on that, no the back you what the president. It will do research in beyond jettisoning the research, look at the criteria, the nuance, and what the research is saying. Definitely. Because Abia Unfair, now we become the 2024 on Canada. Well, now,
just passing through before the just by elections.
Yes,
you see those predictions from researchers was doubted.
Yes,
by the end of the day, we heard people saying we have learned our lesson. Yes, because they didn't consider that research.
I for example, predicted that it will be close. Continue chairman Stephen study. I say, the country to me. Or say, I'm not happy with the results. We need to bring a deal me back to the fold. But I want to just so. Chairman in Tima was the election 30 years. What just so we win not the same. What just so. Chairman in Tima National Party chairman is an enemy.
Or you're worried about.
And saying Katana chairman is a moon to Kwana Mokuni, really abandoning you. Who also you said the Katana drink. Who said the Katana
when the years of experience.
Politics, yeah. What the politics I change as you don't get here. Now. November 2023 report no me surprise o ha e can say South Africa ANC ebe lose majority no no me ya coalition no dey form the next government no predict dey be ba Ghana then no kan o say Ghana is likely to experience a transfer of power from the ruling MPP to the opposition NDC and akoko ahwe factors are what the mind we see dey be am pe factors no declining living standards
okay.
Mahama got 2016. Inflation, now about 13%. And inflation, you're saying. Your Korea could do 54%.
Oh, yeah.
Reporting say declining living standards. And you just say to na change from natural report. Also, the UK4. Tablet BBI. UK4 report. Or say limited job opportunities.
And
an ACO for 80 times. So mugufi.
A big crazy come
and limited opportunity. What kinds of home?
Yeah, they also have the same issues.
Or say poor public services.
And I know assembly the year boy see who services are ratings no. And
your local assembly rating
is obvious. It's obvious.
Your rating no 54 kromenya 53
in terms of service.
Meaning that only 5 out of 10 Ghanaians. Like the way this assembly for your money, man. So, researching only Sicilian maybe so a bone komobi.
Oh, yeah.
The act to speak today, the NDC is winning the election based on all research I'm not watching. But as I said, I will say, eschew complacency. Now, a bit doubting EIU. Oh, no, bad 2012. Mahama leads in close 2012 election. EIU report.
Okay.
Meboa.
Yeah.
And then EIU predicted 2012 election who won?
John Dramani. Okay.
Who won? And then who won the 2012 elections?
So 8 November, Ombe predicted, and then December he won.
2016. EIU predicts another MPP win in 2016 polls.
And then another one.
2016, who won the elections?
Another one, MPP.
Okay, young Koso.
Wow.
A truth kind report was said this is not the first time.
We are joining on Facebook. The facts are there.
Also, this is not the first time the unit is predicting the outcome of elections in the country. In February 2012, the unit predicted the win for the late Prof. John Evans Atamus, who died in July of the same year. When the late Prof. was succeeded by Joma, EIU again predicted that John Mahama was going to win the presidential elections in later that year. A forecast that was upheld. So, unpacking kind crana 2012 for research abem 2016 abem 2020 there ewa ha
eno so
2020 there Akufo-Addo will win December post America for we fit
eno so abam
fit bem again say one pay fit I mean some year 2020 AI predict victory for predict MPP victory in December 2012 2016 2020 2024 after year cancer no be na so these people have a history of at least predicting successfully 3 solid elections.
Yeah.
In fact,